Bonjour French students, bienvenue au vidéo 4 du chapitre 2. So welcome back from spring break too. So we're heading into our second week of studying chapter 2, chapitre 2. There are 3 videos already posted in the chapitre 2 video folder in Blackboard, so we're moving on to videos 4, 5, and 6, 4, 5 et 6 cette semaine, this week. Ok, so on va étudier le vocabulaire du week-end. So, le weekend. So, what kinds of leisure activities, what kinds of fun things do you like to do on the weekend? And so we'll look at some different vocabulary, different things that you might like to do in your free time. We'll also see here in this box in the middle of our screen here, we have lots of adverbs. Okay, what is an adverb and what does it do? You probably don't think about this even all the time in English. An adverb is a word that describes an adjective or even sometimes another adverb. So these words are basically going to allow you to talk about how often you do certain things. Okay, so in the first image here we have en général, le samedi matin, je suis fatigué. Okay, so in general, Saturday mornings, he says, je suis fatigué. Fatigué does not mean, has no connection to the word fat. It just simply means that you're fatigued, basically. You're tired. Oh, je suis fatigué. Notice the little e right here that can be added if this is describing a female. Je suis fatigué et je reste souvent au lit jusqu'aux 10 heures. So I stay. Rester doesn't mean to rest necessarily. It just means to stay somewhere. Je reste souvent. So you notice that we have this adverb souvent. We also have it up here in our handy chart, and it means often. Notice in French, this is really important. That adverb of frequency, that's what these things are called, adverbs of frequency. They're adverbs that describe how often or not often you do something. They go right after the verb in French. Often we can move these adverbs of frequency around in English sentences. I might put it at the beginning of the sentence, like often I stay in bed, or I stay in bed often, or you wouldn't say, for example, I stay often in bed. We don't put the adverb right after the verb in English generally. It sounds somehow not natural. So in French, it's a little bit different. The verb or the adverb is always going to be placed after the verb. So, je reste souvent au lit. I often stay in bed jusqu'à. Jusqu'à is until 10 heures. So he sleeps until 10 o'clock on Saturday mornings. And lots of people do, right? Okay, the other activity we see here is je mange quelque chose. So what is she doing? After getting up in the morning, what does somebody usually do? As long as you're not pressed for time, you eat something. You have breakfast. Oh, je mange quelque chose. So I eat something, quelque chose. And after that, this person says, quelquefois, l'après-midi, j'étudie. So quelquefois is one word of several that means sometimes. So you could say quelquefois, parfois, or de temps en temps. Okay, so I could substitute any of those in that sentence. I could say, parfois l'après-midi j'étudie. In the afternoon I study. Or de temps en temps, l'après-midi j'étudie. It's all the same thing. They should be pretty much interchangeable. And finally, le soir. So we're making our way through the day. Je ne reste presque jamais. Okay, we need to talk about a few things in this part of the sentence. Normally, you see ne with pas, right? Those are the pairs that go together to form a negative, like je ne reste pas, I do not stay. In this case, though, we see instead of pas, we see jamais, which means never. So if you want to go beyond saying not to saying you never do something, you will use the pair ne jamais, which we see right here in the last column of this chart. And you don't need pas. It's ne pas, meaning not, or ne jamais, meaning never. Oh, le soir, je ne reste presque jamais chez moi, Okay, presque, as we see over here, means almost. So in this sentence, je ne reste presque jamais. I almost never stay at my place, chez moi. Okay, remember, chez is a preposition. It's a type of word that comes before, let's say, a pronoun like this, like moi, and it just means at the home of or at the place of. We don't really have an exact translation for it in English, but you can roughly translate it as that. Okay, je vais souvent au cinéma. Oh, I go often to the movies. In English, we would probably say, I go to the movies often, or often I go to the movies, or I often go to the movies, but you probably wouldn't say, I go often to the movies. I don't think it'd be my first choice. Okay, so that kind of walks you through some different activities, things you might do on the weekend, and the different adverbs of frequency that you would use to describe those activities. The only one not mentioned in the examples is rarement, which just means rarely, of course. All right, let's move on to a few other bits of vocabulary here. We see lots of questions about activities, weekend activities. So, vous aimez faire du sport? So, do you like to play sports or get exercise? Okay, vous jouez bien au foot? Do you play soccer well? Okay, quand? Remember, this means when. Quand vous jouez au foot, est-ce que vous gagnez souvent? Okay, so you remember that est-ce que is signaling that we're asking a question. Quand is already kind of showing that there's a question here. But in this second part of the question, est-ce que tells us without a doubt that we're asking a question. Oh, est-ce que vous gagnez souvent? Do you often win? So notice that souvent comes at the end here after the verb in French, but we would probably put it right after you in English. Do you often win? Okay. Do you win often? I don't know. I guess it sounds okay either way, but in French it's going to come right after the verb. Est-ce que vous gagnez souvent? Okay, vous aimez jouer de la musique? Okay, so we're talking about playing music, maybe on a musical instrument. Est-ce que vous jouez bien du piano? Do you play the piano well? Okay. So we see some other adverbs in these sentences, and I can actually put them in some different colors so they're easy to see. All right, so we see mainly bien and souvent in these sentences. So do you do something well or do you do something often? So we could ask a question asking if someone does something very well with très bien, fairly well, assez bien, fairly badly, assez mal, and very badly, très mal. You could also use these expressions to answer any one of these questions. So I could ask you, est-ce que vous jouez bien du piano? And you could say, assez bien. Or, vous jouez bien au foot? Très bien. Or, quand vous jouez au foot, est-ce que vous gagnez souvent? And in that case, you'd probably have to say something like très souvent, très bien, or assez souvent, something like that, to talk about how often you do that. Okay, so just as a little bit of practice, I'm going to ask you this question right here about whether you play the piano. If you don't play the piano at all, you can simply say, je joue très mal. If you play the piano really well, then you can say, je joue très bien. If you play, okay, you could say, je joue assez bien. So I'll give you a chance to jump in here and answer this question using one of those expressions and je joue. Oh, est-ce que vous jouez bien du piano? And finally, we have a few other activities that people might participate in on the weekends. So, je nage assez mal. So, nage is coming from the verb nager, to swim. So, je nage assez mal. I swim pretty badly. I could say, je nage très bien. I swim very well. Or, je nage assez bien. I swim fairly well. You could say je joue très bien au hockey. So I play hockey really well. And notice in English, the très bien would go after hockey. You know, I play hockey very well. In French, it moves before that thing that you do. So I play very well hockey. Je gagne souvent. Oh, I play often. Or je joue assez bien du piano. Oh, I play piano pretty well. So again, the assez bien is going to come right after the verb jouer. In English, we would put it after the thing being played, the piano. So a difference of word order. Et finalement, je chante très bien. Oh, I sing very well. Okay, so that gives you a few more examples of ways that you can use those adverbs of frequency or adverbs of degree to talk about how often you do something, how well or not well you do something, and that will give you even more material to have conversations in French. So, à la prochaine fois!